Peace and blessings, YouTube. It's the Ripper here. I'm just finishing my workout at Planet Fitness, and I had an excellent workout today. And I just had God put a message on my heart today. As I was training, I was just thinking about that we have to overcome. We have to be willing to sacrifice comfortability and pleasure in order to elevate and grow and evolve. And those of us who are not willing to sacrifice comfortability, pleasure, then we won't elevate. This is something that is in the laws of the universe, the laws of life. The Creator gave us life, and in this life, He gave us a blueprint, how to be successful, how to live it properly. Unfortunately, the way we've been taught and trained is death and self-destruction. So we have to start unlearning a lot of the information that we've been given. On top of that, sacrificing comfortability and pleasure. If we're not willing to do that, then God cannot use us. You have to be willing to give your life for the sake of righteousness and truth. You have to be willing to offer your life back to God because God gave you life. And if you're not willing to offer it back by means of sacrifice and service of righteousness, then you will feel empty. You will feel like you have no purpose and no meaning for living. So this is serious. This is something that people are dealing with, and they don't know why they're dealing with it. The reason they're dealing with it is because they are disconnected from the true source. We've been so miseducated and tricked by this enemy, So we have to be mindful that we have the power to do what is necessary and to think outside of the paradigms that we've been placed in from a child. You got to outgrow those paradigms because we're adults now. And those who are still children going into their teens and 20s, and as you get older, you will have to start calculating your behavior and thinking. But we have to be willing to sacrifice. That's the ultimate message I want to leave us with today. You got to be willing to sacrifice pleasure and comfortability, whether that's whatever you decide, whether that's sex as a pleasure, food as a pleasure. Whatever you find as pleasure to your flesh, you have to be willing to give it up, because then God can elevate your spirit. It's like two separate worlds. You either can serve the underworld or the higher divine world. And the upper world is where God dwells, is where your spiritual powers and creative ability dwells, and your manifestation powers and prosperity and abundance dwells. But if we continue to serve the lower underworld, lower self, then you're disconnected from that divine self, and that's where Satan dwells. That's the low frequency, the low energy, the low vibration. And we have to be aware of this and understand that we have a choice to make. You can't just go through life doing what you want to do, not calculating your behavior. You have to make sure that you're on the right path. Otherwise, you'll find yourself being destroyed or find yourself falling, as many people are, because they're not aware of their actions, their mentality, and the energy that they're putting out. So be aware of the energy that you're putting out. Make sure it is a positive energy, an uplifting energy, because you'll get that back. So that's it. I'm going to do another video later on this evening and go into greater detail for spiritual food as well as the physical food that we need to live and sustain life. So thank you again, YouTube. Stay strong. Peace and blessings.